on Two Baba and Natasha, there's been a number of other developments, and one of which we already know what happened, where they had a problem when they went for a tour in the UK. When they got back to Nigeria, and then we see the managers working out of the arrangement they had, and then we see videos emerged where Two-Face was shown in the video being arrested by members of the British police, Metropolitan Police, and we also saw where there was an altercation in kind of a supermarket, and then they came back to Nigeria, and those videos came out. And when the videos came out, we had Daddy Freeze, who invited the former managers to be on live, Daddy Freeze live on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and he made a number of allegations that border on a lot of things. So since then, some things have happened. The Edo State House of Assembly has taken it up. They said that the accusations made against the allegations against Honorable Two-Face wife, Honorable Natasha, that the allegations are serious, and so she's being referred to the Ethics Committee of the State House of Assembly. She has been given 1 week notice before she appears before the Ethics Committee, and that the name of the State House of Assembly is being dragged into the mud, and so she has to explain herself. I think those allegations are serious. There's allegations of substance abuse. There's allegations of domestic violence and domestic abuse. There's allegations of financial misappropriation, and a lot of other allegations that are made there, and allegations of aggravated assault and all of that. So those things really require, as an honorable member, as the name goes, the things that a member of the house should do should be honorable. And so those things that are revealed on social media, seeks to put the honorable member in bad light, and by extension put the State House of Assembly in a bad light. The family of Two Baba, Two-Face, they have written a petition to the Inspector General of Police, where they made several claims that they think that their brother, their family member, Two Baba, Two-Face, is facing some personal danger, personal risk, and they want the intervention of the Nigerian police. So in that light, I remember the video that was made by Two Baba's mother, when earlier in the year, when the relationship between Two Baba and Natasha became public, the mother made a video.
My name is Mrs. Rose Idibia. This message is for Miss Natasha Osauru of Edo State. I'm calling on all mothers in Nigeria to help me beg her to release or to free my son. My son is going through a divorce process and he's clearly not in his right senses now. I know my son. This is not him. Please, Natasha, the bead you put on his hand and on his neck, remove them and free him.
So when the mother made that statement, personally, I felt that the mother was overreacting, that, giving that impression that Two-Face was like someone who was being held against his will. I thought the mother was overreacting. But if you watch the Freeze life, those former managers, Kaka, Igbokwe, it really went into a lot of details, and one of the things that makes you know if somebody is credible. So close to an hour of interview, and they really said a lot of things. So which lends credence to what the mother, Baba's mother, said months ago. The managers make the case that it's as if the wife, Natasha, has placed Baba under her control, as kind of psychological manipulation, such that Baba feels that he has to be under her or be under her influence and under her control. And they make the allegations that the issue of substance abuse is something that both of them are engaged in, and that may be one of the things that keeps Baba in the relationship. So Baba now has now responded to that. He made the first video where he urged people to cease fire, that things were getting out of hand, that people should calm down, that he is okay.
This is getting out of hand, and this is a dangerous situation right now. I know what fans can do. I know what people can do. I am perfectly okay. You understand what I'm saying? And this is putting Natasha at risk. It's not fair on anybody to do this kind of thing. It's not fair on anybody at all. So please, I need everybody to calm down. I need everybody to cease fire. We're going to resolve all these issues. People, they get issue for house. Nobody stay. But this is getting out of hand. Please, friends, family, everybody, cease fire. Please, I beg you. I beg you. I am perfectly fine. I did not pull that. Please. Please. I'm okay. Please.
And then he made another longer video where he said that I am a grown man. I can decide who I want to be with, who I want to live with.
Good evening. This whole thing has gotten dangerously out of hand, and I'm not just gonna be quiet anymore. I feel I have to say some facts here. I'm a grown man, and I believe I have the right to be with whoever I want to be with. You understand? My family has, in trying to say they want to save me or say they want to help me, they've actually destroyed me.
That is a grown man, which is true, that he can decide who he wants to be with, that is okay, that he doesn't like the pressure that the family is trying to put on him and the wife, and said that the wife has been endangered by this current development, that the wife is receiving threats from people who are threatening to unalive her because of what is happening now. I said what people are saying is putting another man's daughter, who is his wife now, in bad light, trying to ruin her reputation, her character, and all that. So he makes the point, Baba makes the point that he's a grown man. No one argues that he's not a grown man. But where I want to differ is when he says, I am okay. If you say I'm okay, let me just give this scenario. I'm not saying that it's the same thing. I'm not saying it's the same thing, right? Though there's allegation of substance use, substance addiction, addiction would also fall into category of mental health. Substance use disorder is a mental health issue, psychiatry, and they will need a professional mental health assistance. So that one is there. But what we do know is that if somebody, for example, I'm not saying this is what he has, but let's say somebody has a psychiatric, a mental health condition, right? And the person is saying things that, let's say the person is manic, person is talking too much, person is wasteful, and then if the person is aggressive, person is misbehaving, and all that. When that person is taken to see a psychiatrist, for example, or see a mental health professional, for example, the person would say, I'm okay. The fact that the person said, I'm okay, doesn't mean the person is okay. If the family members, those who are close to the person, are saying, this person is doing this person, they feel the person's life is endangered, they feel the person is not in the control, doesn't show good judgment, doesn't show insight and all of that, they can make that case. So, I think that Tu Baba is not okay. It's not. Because this one, Tu Baba went on a tour in UK. He was arrested, and we saw the video. They had an altercation with the wife that involved bottles being broken and attempts to stab. There were now cuts and injuries that led to bleeding and screaming. People now thought that this was a knife attack. They thought that this was like a terrorist attack. And that's why when they called the police, police came with 2 vans of like close to 20 policemen, because they thought that it was a case of a terrorist attack happening in the UK, in the view of the history of what goes on in the UK. So that is serious. You are in a relationship where bottles are being broken. I have witnessed, I went to visit a friend, in another state, and the neighbor, herself and the boyfriend or the husband, they had an argument, and they broke bottles, and there were stabbings, and when we tried to intervene, there were threats. If we'd intervene, if there were threats, and it had to involve the authorities, that is serious. Any relationship, whether they are married or not married, any relationship that involves that kind of aggravated assault, where people take up arms, take up bottles and all that, that is very serious. So when you see somebody that is experiencing that, and this one happened in October, we are in December now, October, November, December, just 2 months ago, that this happened in the UK. That one is, and why Two-Face was released, because the wife now said that she hurt herself or something like that, trying to say it's not a case of assault or something, but having experienced that, you can't be okay. If you are a victim in a situation where you have domestic abuse, domestic violence, then you have a perpetrator and a victim, and you are a victim, and you are experiencing that kind of aggravated assault, you can be okay. And when it now involves the use of substances, the person can be okay as well.